Greetings. We're there with you. Yes, we're going to be looking back at life and yes, just looking back. We're going to take it right from there.
It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, in the wink of an eye, my soul is turning in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away? It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, in the wink of an eye, my soul is turning in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no words of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could love you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You got reason aplenty for going. This I know. Yes, I know. For the week has been sadly going. Yes, I know. Please don't go. Are you going away with no words of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, in the wink of an eye, my soul is turning in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no words of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could love you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You got reason aplenty for going. This I know. Yes, I know. For the weak are we going? What are we doing? What has mankind achieved? The seeds we're sowing, what will be growing? Will everyone be deceived? I think we've got our values all mixed up, and I don't know which way to turn. I can't provide any answers, but here's a lesson we all could learn. We could start this world over, turn the magic on again. We wouldn't have to run for cover, 'cause everybody could be friends, really good friends. Hey, you Africans and the Chinese, hey, you Indians too, you Anglo-Saxons, Aryans, hey, they're Arab and Jews.
I feel it, still tell them below it.
Here we go!
Where are we going? What are we doing? What has mankind achieved? The seeds we're sowing, what will be growing? Will everyone be deceived? I think we've got our values all mixed up, and I don't know which way to turn. I can't provide any answers, but here's a lesson we all could learn. We could start this world over, turn the magic on again. We wouldn't have to run for cover, 'cause everybody could be friends, really good friends. Hey, you Africans and the Chinese, hey, you Indians too, you Anglo-Saxons, Aryans, hey, they're Arab and Jews. You don't have to call me brother, since that is so hard to do. No, you don't really need to bother, but here is something we all can do. We could start this world over, turn the magic on again. We wouldn't have to run for cover, 'cause everybody would be friends, really good friends. Hey. could start this world over, turn the magic on again, we wouldn't have to run for cover, 'cause everybody would be friends, really good friends. We would be friends, we would be friends, we all could be friends. Friends, friends, I say now, you and me and everybody could agree to be friends. I said, you out there.
I feel we sit or tell them feel low it.
Here we go!
The people see me acting strange. They might think it's a burning shame. But people don't realize the pangs of hell that I feel. So let them say I'm mad. Don't know how it feels to be sad. I don't know who could be glad in a situation like this. My last shirt's torn off my back. That's not quite the fact. I sure is down to my song. So please to lay my bed. Don't even own a bed. I can't remember when I did bread. And it was true back then. They don't seem to realize what really keeps me alive. It's the power that's so great, no man can destroy. They like to understand just where I get my helping hand. So they criticize while I look and think. Ba ba boo ba boo ba ba ya, ba boo ba boo ba ba ya, ba boo ba boo ba ba ya, ba boo ba ba ya, ba boo 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 ba ba ya. The people see me to the picture. They might think it's a burning shame. People don't realize the pangs of hell that I feel. So let them say I'm mad. They don't know how it feels to be sad. I don't know who could be bad in a situation like this. My last shirt's torn off my back. But that's not quite the fact. My shoe is down to my socks. No place to lay my head. I don't even own a bed. I can't remember when I eat bread. The chorus one more time. Ba-boo, ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. Ba-boo, ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. I love it. Ba-boo, ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. Ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. Ba-boo, ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. Ba-boo, ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. Ba-boo, ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. Ba-boo, ba-ba-ya. Yes, you add a little spice. You know you did love. Add a little spice to my life. I was alone mostly all of my life. Yeah, I'd given up hope on hope. I thought I would go without knowing where I was going. I thought, what the heck, whatever will be, will be. And then you came. I heard my name. Then you add a little peace to my mind, and a little joy to my heart. Oh, some inspiration to my soul. But most of all, you add a little spice. Yes, you add a little spice. You know you did love. Add a little spice to my life, to my life. Yeah. I thought that I'd never find anyone who would understand my quirks. Oh no, I'd made up my mind and was going it alone. You happened by, and now it works. Ooh, thank God for the day you came and called my name. Then you add a little peace to my mind. Yes, you did. And a little joy to my heart. Hey, a little bit of inspiration to my soul. Yes, you did. But most of all, you add a little spice. Yes, you add a little spice. You know you did love. Add a little spice to my life, to my life. Oh.
Yes, Mr. Keith Anderson, otherwise known as Bob Andy, to us across the world who listen to good reggae music that time and this time. Yes, we're there with you, Mr. Best. Yeah, man. We're not freak out and we're not leak out, but we're the boat. You like that? Yeah, them give we a whole heap of problem with the ill health, the virus. The world give us problem. But it's not the world, you know. The world is sad. The world is vomiting. And the leaders of the world are changing our lives. Those of us who survive. But we have to play Mr. Washington, because you know what? Washington are that, you know.
Your love is like a burning fire way down in my soul. Your love.
Yeah, but you see, the rest of Bob Andy, God willing, tomorrow, 'cause, you know, it's preserving, you have to preserve.
Your love
And we are selectors.
is like a burning fire
Yes.
way down in my soul. Your love is like a burning fire
A man to a man, you know.
deep down in my soul.
And nothing wrong, watch it.
Oh, it moves me,
Sing, Glenn.
soothes me.
Yeah.
I love the way it moves me. Your love
Glenn Washington.
is like a burning fire
Settle me
deep
speed.
down in my soul.
Because we know it's a VP rock. You know what I'm saying?
I just can't let you go. Oh no, no, not my baby. We were only strangers in the night, getting to know each other. The mood was right, strolling under the moonlight, hoping that we could get out of sight. And while the entertainer's singing his song, I hold a feeling oh so strong. Never thought love would look me in the eyes. I lift my head, oh what a big surprise. But there are people all around who tried to take her love from me. Now, they don't seem to realize this love was meant to be. Only your love can set me free. I think I won the prize. From the very first time I looked in your eyes, I knew love would last forever. It's a blessing to be with someone like you. Now the ladies realize I am no longer solo, got you by my side. And this new love I will treasure. I'll be faithful and true till the day I die. And when people criticize, we will hold on to love, just be our guide. And if I had to do it over, it would have to be you, girl. No one else could do. No, no. I can't let you go. Oh no, 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 not my baby. I can't let you walk out my life. No, 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 no. I can't let you go. No, 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 baby. Now they can't understand how could she be in love with someone like me. But they don't seem to realize that this love was meant to be. Only your love can set me free. We were just strangers in the night, getting to know each other. The mood was right, strolling under the moonlight, hoping that we could get out of sight. And while the entertainer's singing his song, I hold a feeling oh so strong. I never thought Ooh, na 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 na. No, no, no. Sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. If you could see what I'm really feeling, then you would know what I'm talking about. Woman, you gave my life new meaning. You make me feel like singing and shout for you, baby. Once before I was a rover. Before I met you, I was running about. But now I've got a new sense of purpose. Now I feel like a run in my mouth. I wanna say sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. I've got to find out the reason why. Shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. How good and how pleasant it's been since you opened your life and let me in. And no matter how jealous people try, I'm gonna love you till the day I die. And if this feeling we have should falter, then you would see a grown man cry. For to me it would be a disaster. There's no reason to question why. I wanna sing sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. I'm a man who just can't live a lie. Shooby-dooby-doo, shooby. Ooh, na 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 na. Na na na. Sha na 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 na, sha na 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 na. If you could see what I'm really feeling, then you would know what I'm talking about. Woman, you gave my life new meaning. You make me feel like singing and shout for you, baby. Once before I was a rover. Before I met you, I was running about. But now I've got a new sense of purpose. Now I feel like a run in my mouth. I wanna say sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. I've got to find out the reason why. Shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. How good and how pleasant it's been since you opened your life and let me
Musicians.
in. And no matter how jealous people try, I'm gonna love you till the day I die.
Production.
And if this feeling we have should falter,
Quality.
then you would see a grown man cry. For to me it would be a disaster. There's no reason to question why. I wanna sing sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. I'm a man who just can't live a lie. Shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. They should have known, they should have known, they should have known. Ooh. They should have known, they should have known, they should have known. No, no, no.
Music.
Make me sing sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. Shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. I'm a man who just can't live a lie. Sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. Shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. No matter how them people try. With your sweetness you came and bowled me over, and you made all my joys come over. Now together we're like crimson and clover. Love you till the day I die. And if this feeling we have should falter, then you would see a grown man cry. For to me it would be a disaster. There's no reason to question why. Make me sing sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. Love you till the day I die.
Say Lord Paul played Washington.
Shooby-dooby-doo,
Say
there's no reason to question
international
why.
artist.
Sha-na-na-na-na,
Universal artist playing
sha-na-na-na-na.
Washington.
Love you till the day I die.
Georgie, Ryan,
There's no
Eustace.
reason to question why. na na na, sha na 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 na, sha
Mr.
na na na
Foster.
na. Love you till the day I Sitting in the park, waiting for you, my baby, baby.
Yeah, we know say out there, so everybody nervous, including myself. So just take the misery before it just put us right down, you know what I mean? So I try spice up the thing, you know, which is really entertaining me. And hope see me I catch you too. But then I go break inside and we're gonna look back at where these Babylons them, where them rest in their mind, you know, the conscience, you know. Them behave like they don't have conscience. So we are gonna make love to ourselves and make love to our wives and our girlfriend and everybody. We feel good, you understand me? No distress.
Sitting in the park, waiting for you, my baby, baby. Sitting in the park, waiting for you.
Music, sweet I am. Set the
Yes, I'm
VP.
sitting right here, waiting
Miss
for
Patton
you, my
family.
dear. Wondering if you're ever gonna show. I don't know if you're gonna show, but my darling, I've got to go. But nevertheless, I said again, you got me waiting, sitting in the park, waiting for you. Sitting here on a bench with my back against the fence, wondering if I've got any sense. Something tells me I'm a fool to let you treat me so cruel, but nevertheless I said again, feeling is right now, baby.
Gosh, Mr. Dean Fraser.
I love you, I love you. Ooh, yes I do, girl. I do love you, I love you, I love you.
Sweet percussions, listen.
Yes I do, girl. I do love. Oh, I love you so right now, my baby. Hey, yeah, yeah, little darling, I say I love you so right now. Never, never gonna let you go, my pretty little baby. I say I want you to try to understand that I want you to
Go on, Glenn.
love you so many ways, my baby. Love you so
Sweet.
and I ain't gonna let you go. You need your love within your heart. No, 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 no. You've got to free up your mind from within you, 'cause there's a soul that dwells deep within you. A lot of goodness Jah created within you, right from the start. Put your love in your heart, right from the start. soul that dwells deep within you. A lot of goodness Jah created within you. Right from the start, put your love in your heart. Right from the start, put your love in your heart.
Oh yeah, and if you follow the words to a letter, humble yourself and your lives will be better. Through your mercies, I'm sure we will prosper.
Right from the start, put your love in your heart.
Put your love in your heart.
Right from the start,
Right from the start.
put your love in your heart.
Because the wages of sin is death.
Wages of sin
And the
is
gift
death.
of God is eternal life. We won't have to live in fret.
No, no, no.
We will live in the life that is right in your sight. Right from the start. Put your love in your heart.
Things and Times Cultural Expression. We're there with you late night.
In your love.
Listen.
And when the wicked try to plan your disaster, don't you fret, cause the wicked can't prosper. Just do your words, heed the voice of the master talking to your heart. Right from the start, put your love in your heart. Na, na, na,
From the
na.
start.
Ooh.
And when the pressures of life bowled you over, just put your trust in the voice of the Father. Never fail till you better come over.
Right from the start, put your love in your
Put
heart.
your love in your heart.
Right from the start,
Right from the
put your love in your
start.
heart. Because the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. We won't have to live and fret when we live in a life that is right in your sight. Right from the start, no, no.
Put your love in your heart.
Ooh.
See, most appropriate. See? So now we are going on before you just run. Me not haunt you for go bed. Just listen. We are going to classroom right now. Listen carefully.
Remember the swine flu scare of 1976? That was the year the U.S. government told us all that swine flu could turn out to be a killer that could spread across the nation. And Washington decided that every man, woman, and child in the nation should get a shot to prevent a nationwide outbreak, a pandemic. Well, 46 million of us obediently took the shot. And now 4,000 Americans are claiming damages from Uncle Sam amounting to $3.5 billion because of what happened when they took that shot. By far the greatest number of the claims, 2/3 of them, are for neurological damage or even death, allegedly triggered by the flu shot. We pick up the story back in 1976 when the threat posed by the swine flu virus seemed very real indeed.
This virus was the cause of a pandemic in 1918 and 1919 that resulted in over 500,000 deaths in the United States, as well as 20 million deaths around the world.
See how easy it is to...
Thus, the U.S. government's publicity machine was cranked into action to urge all America to protect itself against the swine flu menace.
Influenza is serious business. During major flu epidemics, millions of people are sick and thousands die. Well, this year you can get protection. The vaccines are safe, easy to take, and they can protect you against flu. So roll up your sleeve. Protect yourself.
One of those who did roll up her sleeve was Judy Roberts. She was perfectly healthy, an active woman, when in November of 1976, she took her shot. 2 weeks later, she says, she began to feel a numbness starting up her legs.
I joked about it at that time. I said I'll be numb to the knees by Friday if this keeps up. By the following week, I was totally paralyzed.
So completely paralyzed, in fact, that they had to operate on her to enable her to breathe. And for 6 months, Judy Roberts was a quadriplegic. The diagnosis? A neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS for short. These neurological diseases are little understood. They affect people in different ways. As you can see in these home movies taken by a friend, Judy Roberts' paralysis confined her mostly to a wheelchair for over a year. But this disease can even kill. Indeed, there are 300 claims now pending from the families of GBS victims who died, allegedly as a result of the swine flu shot. In other GBS victims, the crippling effects diminish and all but disappear. But for Judy Roberts, progress back to good health has been painful and partial. Now, I noticed that your smile, Judy, is a little bit constricted.
Yes, it is.
Is it different from what it used to be?
Very different. I have a greatly decreased mobility in my lips. And I can't drink through a straw on the right-hand side. I can't blow out birthday candles. I don't whistle anymore, for which my husband is grateful.
It may be a little difficult for you to answer this question, but have you recovered as much as you are going to recover?
Yes, this is it.
So you will now have a legacy of braces on your legs for the rest of your life?
Yes, the weakness in my hands will stay, and the leg braces will stay.
So Judy Roberts and her husband have filed a claim against the U.S. government. They're asking $12 million, though they don't expect to get nearly that much. Judy, why did you take the flu shot?
I'd never taken any other flu shots, but I felt like this was going to be a major epidemic. And the only way to prevent a major epidemic of a really deadly variety of flu was for everybody to be immunized.
Where did this so-called deadly variety of flu, where did it first hit back in 1976? It began right here at Fort Dix in New Jersey in January of that year, when a number of recruits began to complain of respiratory ailments, something like the common cold. An Army doctor here sent samples of their throat cultures to the New Jersey Public Health Lab to find out just what kind of bug was going around here. One of those samples was from a Private David Lewis who had left his sickbed to go on a forced march. Private Lewis had collapsed on that march, and his sergeant had revived him by mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. But the sergeant showed no signs of illness. A few days later, Private Lewis died.
If this disease is so potentially fatal that it's going to kill a young, healthy man, a middle-aged school teacher doesn't have prayer.
The New Jersey lab identified most of those soldiers' throat cultures as the normal kind of flu virus going around that year, but they could not make out what kind of virus was in the culture from the dead soldier and from four others who were sick. So they sent those cultures to the Federal Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, Georgia, for further study. A few days later, they got the verdict: swine flu. But that much publicized outbreak of swine flu at Fort Dix involved only Private Lewis, who died, and those four other soldiers who recovered completely without the swine flu shot.
If I had known at that time that the boy had been in a sick bed, got up, went out on a forced march, and then collapsed and died, I would never have taken the shot.
The rationale for our recommendation was not on the basis of the death of a single individual, but it was on the basis that when we do see a change in the characteristics of the influenza virus, it is a massive public health problem in this country.
Dr. David Sencer, then head of the CDC, the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, is now in private industry. He devised the swine flu program, and he pushed it. You began to give flu shots to the American people in October of 76.
October 1st.
By that time, how many cases of swine flu around the world had been reported?
There had been several reported, but none confirmed. There had been cases in Australia that were reported by the press, by the news media. There were cases in...
None confirmed. Did you ever uncover any other outbreaks of swine flu anywhere in the world?
No.
Now, nearly everyone was to receive the shot in a public health facility where a doctor might not be present. Therefore, it was up to the CDC to come up with some kind of official consent form, giving the public all the information it needed about the swine flu shot. This form stated that the swine flu vaccine had been tested. What it didn't say was that after those tests were completed, the scientists developed another vaccine, and that was the one given to most of the 46 million who took the shot. That vaccine was called X53A. Was X53A ever field tested?
I can't say. I would have to...
It wasn't.
I don't know.
Well, I would think that you're in charge of the program.
I would have to check the records. I haven't looked at this in some time.
The information form, the consent form, was also supposed to warn people about any risks of serious complications following the shot. But did it?
No, I had never heard of any reactions other than a sore arm, fever, this sort of thing.
Judy Roberts' husband, Gene, also took the shot.
Yes, I looked at that document. I signed it. Nothing on there said I was going to have a heart attack or I can get Guillain-Barré, which I never heard of.
What if people from the government, from the Center for Disease Control, what if they had indeed known about it? What would be your feeling?
They should have told us.
Did anyone ever come to you and say, you know something, fellas? There's the possibility of neurological damage if you get into a mass immunization program?
No.
No one ever did?
No.
Do you know Michael Hatwick?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Michael Hatwick directed the surveillance team for the swine flu program at the CDC. His job was to find out what possible complications could arise from taking the shot and to report his findings to those in charge. Did you know ahead of time, Dr. Hatwick, that there had been case reports of neurological disorders, neurological illness, apparently associated with the injection of influenza vaccine?
Absolutely.
You did?
Yes.
How'd you know that?
By review of the literature.
So you told your superiors, the men in charge of the swine flu immunization program, about the possibility of neurological disorders?
Absolutely.
What would you say if I told you that your superiors say that you never told them about the possibility of neurological complications?
That's nonsense. I can't believe that they would say that they did not know that there were neurological illnesses associated with influenza vaccination. That simply is not true. We did know that.
I've said that Dr. Hatwick has never told me of his feelings on this subject.
Then he's lying.
I guess you would have to make that assumption.
Then why does this report from your own agency, dated July 1976, list neurological complications as a possibility?
I think the consensus of the scientific community was that the evidence relating neurologic disorders
We know that for many people, life is changing dramatically. My family is no different. My daughter is now taking her classes online from home because her school is closed. For the rest of the world, that even the most severe situation can be turned around. But the experience of cities and countries that have pushed back this virus give hope and courage to the rest of the world. During this difficult time, it's important to continue looking after your physical and mental health. This will not only help you in the long term. First, eat a healthy and nutritious diet, which helps your immune system to function properly. Second, limit your alcohol consumption and avoid sugary drinks. Third, don't smoke. Smoking can increase your risk of developing severe disease if you become infected with COVID-19. Fourth, exercise. WHO recommends 30 minutes of physical activity a day for adults and 1 hour a day for children. If your local or national guidelines allow it, go outside for a walk, a run or a ride, and keep a safe distance from others. If you can't leave the house, find an exercise video online, dance to music, do some yoga, or walk up and down the stairs. If you're working at home, make sure you don't sit in the same position for long periods. Get up and take a 3-minute break every 30 minutes. Fifth, look after your mental health. It's normal to feel stressed, confused, and scared during a crisis. Talking to people you know and trust can help. Supporting other people in your community can help you as much as it does them. Check on neighbors, family, and friends. Compassion is a medicine. Listen to music, read a book, or play a game. And try not to read or watch too much news if it makes you anxious. Get your information from reliable sources once or twice a day. COVID-19 is taking so much from us, but it's also giving us something special, the opportunity to come together as one humanity, to work together, to learn together, to grow together. I thank you.
And all day them talking about finance. Them a talk about money. See, all day. Them a talk about stock exchange. Them a talk about economical loss and everything. And this is the World Health Organization Director General. Yeah. That's him. Okay. We stay in the classroom for a while.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
So what is the long-term effect of too much information? The polarization of the electorate? That's the flavor of the day. Every day is something else. People have to understand, are you using your device or is your device using you? Can you put it down? Can you turn it off? It used to be news. Now it's opinions. Oh, glasses. We have 3 experts on the right, 3 on the left. Let's discuss. Ooh, light bulbs. We have 3 experts on the right. That's not news. That's opinions. Well, over and over and over. Cycle, 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 cycle. What is the long-term effect of too much information? If you're sitting there and you're thinking it's the gospel, what I'm saying to people is, to all of us, I'm not knocking the phone. What I'm saying is we have to understand, we have to at least ask ourselves, around the world, you here in England, wherever you are, what is it doing to us? It's hard for young people now because they're hooked. They're addicted. If you don't think you're addicted, and I'm talking about anyone, from the highest to the lowest, if you don't think you're addicted, then see if you can turn it off for a week. It got quiet in here, didn't it? Didn't it get real quiet? It's a tool. So we should use it. God has blessed us with free will. Now it's free will magnified, free will on steroids. You're free to go in any direction you want. It will allow you, and it's not the enemy. It's just it's just a reflection of our own free will. And we all want to be liked. But now we want to be liked by 16 million. And will now some of us do anything to be liked. We used to do anything to be liked, but it was by the person in front of you. Now it's to be liked by 16 million people that you don't know. We have to ask ourselves, what is the long-term, if not the short-term effect of too much information? Put the thing down. Look up. You're missing stuff.
Yes, grim picture.
This is a prayer of sincerity and love for His Majesty. Oh, Jah, who makes my joys come over. Oh, Jah, bless your sons and daughters. Oh, Jah, my maker, my creator. Oh, Jah, who saved me from the vulture. Open their eyes and let them heed the warning. Let them see the fire is still burning. Wicked men, don't you know, judgment is at your door. Jah will be there to even the score. In all the evil things you do to the weak, the humble and poor. Right now poor people can't can't take no more. Oh Jah, who makes my joys come over. Oh Jah, bless your sons and daughters. Oh Jah, my maker, my creator. Oh Jah, who saved me from the vulture. Keep me strong, lest I lose my culture. One thing I'd really love to see is peace and harmony. All people living in unity. I want the whole world to know how much I love Jah so. I'll sing up His praises wherever I go. Oh Jah, who makes my joys come over. Oh Jah, bless your sons and daughters. Oh Jah, my maker, my creator. Oh Jah, who saved me from the vulture. Change their minds from racial partiality. Touch their hearts, teach them peace and harmony. Oh Jah, who makes my joys come over. Oh Jah, bless your sons and daughters. Let it be so they'll see thy righteousness in me. Let them be led to glorify thee. And all that's in captivity, oh Jah, let their minds be free. Let them denounce their iniquity. Oh Jah, who makes my joys come over. Oh Jah, bless your sons and daughters. Oh Jah, my maker, my creator. Oh Jah, who saved me from the vultures. Wicked men, don't you know, judgment is at your door. Jah will be there to even the score. And all the evil things you do to the weak, the humble and poor. Right now poor people can't take no more. Oh Jah, who makes my joys come over.
Well, this one is coming to you straight from the foundation to rock the nation with a positive vibration. This one got to you. Babylon is my footstool. Ethiopia set the golden rule. Babylon is Jah footstool. But Ethiopia set the golden rule. So many years in a Babylon. Oh, yeah. 400 years is much too long. Too long. How can I chant in a strange land? How can I chant when so many ones are caught in illusion? So many say Babylon is my footstool. Ethiopia set the golden rule. Babylon is Jah footstool. Ethiopia set the golden rule. They thought that we would have lost our roots. Oh, Lord, by feeding us their evil fruits. Go to hell, oh Jah. Jah cast their evil plans asunder. Evil forces, yes, they must go under. Jah children will conquer. Oh now, oh now. See Babylon is our footstool. Ethiopia set the golden rule. Babylon is Jah footstool. Ethiopia set the golden rule.
Now this
Have to trot over to the promised land. Say, Babylon is my footstool. Ethiopia said the golden rule. Babylon is your footstool. Ethiopia said the golden rule. Say Babylon is my footstool. Ethiopia said the golden rule. Babylon is your footstool. Ethiopia said the golden rule. Oh, from the ancient land, most high, my eye gets for his utmost, yes. My heart must for his yes, I'm a treading my way, see, Babylon is my footstool. Ethiopia is my golden rule.
I call Luciano selection.
Baby, 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 oh, baby, baby, I see that on the face of this earth. Some are born burden, some are born deep, and everywhere we just sorrow and grief. No make it go no further, beg no please. Let us live our life in peace. Even on a common street, there we just no peace. Shoot out with bad man and police. And everywhere we go, too much blood and flow. When we be sing and I don't know. Stop this fussing and fighting. Stop it. Put an end to the senseless killing. There's no justifiable reason for war. Cause this way we can't reach far.
See, this is how we speak. You understand? So the righteousness is with us and evil is somewhere else. Can't you see? How long it take us to recognize? You see? Only thing that happened to us, we got trapped. Why we got trapped? Because we can't run away. We can't leave out. We're trapped in the belly. They might treat we like bad bacteria. Yeah.
On the face of this earth, some are born burden, some are born deep, and everywhere we just sorrow and grief. No make it go no further, beg no please. Let us live our life in peace. Even on a common street, there we just no peace. Shoot out with bad man and police.
Selectors vote here. Yes.
Too much blood and flow.
Tuesday time culture expression. Broad, large.
Stop this fussing and fighting.
And we can play, you know?
Put an end to the senseless killing. There's no justifiable reason for war. Cause this way we can't reach far. Some are born burden, some are born thief, and everywhere we just sorrow and grief. No make it go no further, beg no please. Come let's live our lives in peace. Some are born burden, some are born thief, and everywhere we just sorrow and grief. No make it go no further, beg no please. Say it's time for war to cease.
You see, we have tragedy and people, them just come and play. What kind of play for? Eh? Learn for select. If you can't learn for select, come up with school. You understand? Because we need righteous understanding right now. You don't need no play.
Anything praiseworthy is to be done. It must be done through unity and of building a nation on his own on the great continent of Africa.
Listen.
They give China this time together. They give China. Baby, wanna talk about them new world order.
Saying, all this play. Where you can't read? Right it.
Anything praiseworthy is to be done. It must be done through unity and of building a nation on his own on the great continent of Africa.
They give China this time together. They give China.
Luciano.
Baby, wanna talk about them new world order.
Culture expression.
Looking to extend their borders.
Sensitive times.
But still they try to exempt Mama Africa. But before there can be peace and overseas, they've got to show regard for the motherland. Unite Africa. Oh, and revolt against all evil. Yeah. Unite Africa. Yeah. And don't let the system destroy our people. Don't let them do it with love and harmony and solidarity. We can do it. Africa. Unite Africa. Every one of them a sequel and power. So all our values they've come to devour, taking our precious stones from the land. But we cannot let them win. Let's resist them from within. Yeah. Mama Africa got to rise again. Unite Africa. Come, let's revolt against all evil. Let's revolt against.
I just see something now. Them have election and everything. The man them a shoot gun and shoot tear gas and beat up people. Because you don't understand what are going on. You work for the people them that's oppressing you, and then you oppress yourself and beat up the young people them in Africa. You need we there. You should have called we home. You're late in the day, and now we trapped.
Listen. To the world. Yeah, yeah. Oh, well. I wanna sing about the King of Kings. Blessing to the world with tidings evening.
We don't play about here. We have sense. See? We got a purpose.
Joy to the world.
Creation them call like.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
rebel eye.
I wanna sing about the King of Kings.
Luciano.
Blessing to the world with tidings evening.
Oh gosh, man, the content coming.
Offspring of King David, root of Solomon.
VP.
Birds right for rule to conquer in life. He brings joy to the world and peace on earth. Say Hosanna to his name. Blessed is he who cometh in the name of the Lord. Say Hosanna to his name.
Sensible.
Blessed is he who cometh in the name
Principal
of
selection, I tell you, man, listen.
The only one found
Creation.
Open the seven seas.
Rebel
Those
line.
who are captivity will finally be
with a cause, you know.
Emperor Haile Selassie, the might of the Trinity, rules on
Judah.
earth and through eternity. joy to my soul. Peace,
Creation rebel, they call her.
Hosanna to his name.
I tell a man, say we not play punk rock, you know. We not change we thing and try follow all this Babylon business and run out of Europe. Where Europe come run help we now? Where are they now? All the men that make all them Euro money and do all them things. If you just stay home, perhaps you would have helped we and make you understand, because you see, through the spirit and inspiration of the right culture, you would have been probably the one that voicing the thing that we need for runway. You see? But you go and cross there, but you try to help somebody that not come help. We know we trap. We trap in the belly. You see? Oh.
Only you, oh Jah, only you can save us now. Jah, you're my rock and my salvation, my foundation.
Where you say? You don't know where we find the music there? Hey, VP, easy, no man. You see, we find them. We inner them. If we with scripture.
Only you, oh Jah, only you can save us now.
Many dimensions of me, you know.
Jah, you're my rock and my salvation.
Who should I fear?
My foundation, I'm depending on. And you're my sword and shield. You're my only defense in this battlefield.
I tell you.
And there is nowhere I can run to but to you, O Jah, defense of the poor and needy. And you're the only source of rescue in this land of the ungodly. So help us, Father Jah, and bless our family, that we can live in love and harmony. Save us, Father Jah, bless our family, that we can live in love and prosperity. 'Cause when this world is coming down on us, in you, oh Jah, we put our trust. So let us meditate on you every day and night, and contemplate on everything that is right, to do good unto others as we would like them to do unto us. And save us, Father Jah, bless our family, that we can live in love and harmony. Save us, Father.
You see how we stay? You understand? Well taught. You understand? Listen. We're going to play them tomorrow again. Don't worry.
Beware now, God not that vampire. People beware, beware, beware now, beware. Once and more than Luciana. Beware. Heads of government are fighting for power.
I told you. You see it? All that jiggy and ricky. You understand? We are sensible. Our culture lack. Our sensibility sharp. You understand? Our culture lack and our sensibility sharp. Here, play with us. We're conscious, ready. Grandparents, them raise we.
Beware now, God not that vampire. People beware, beware, beware now, beware. Once and more than Luciana. Beware. Heads of government are fighting for power. Still they know not the minute or the hour.
Them can't pass natural business.
Disaster can strike them at any time.
Anytime now.
Bringing wormwood and gall upon mankind. When you think it's peace and safety, a sudden destruction.
A sudden destruction.
And for the innocent, there is no protection from this terrorist attack. Oh Lord, now any minute a bomb can drop. Another terrorist attack. Oh, but now people better watch them back.
Watch. You see the real terrorist now? You are looking for someone else, innit? You look with someone with a beard, and a turban. You look for someone that will say, Assalamu alaikum, but them never come. You look for Dawood with a slingshot, never come. You look for Musa to part the seas, never come. Who you look for? Noah, there's no ark. Where we there? Upon dry land. We can't go out. Who say? We have to stay inside. Why? Something out there. Is it from the angel? Me don't know. What then? Radiation. Who say? Check it yourself. You wreck yourself.
Try very hard to make it in life. There's always someone to give us a fight.
See, no matter what we do, you understand? And still them try to increase, develop, and make people them in the world fall in love with one another and live a prosperous life on this planet as long as the Almighty allow we and we bad and our natural body and natural organs allow us. Them try for what? Speed things up to dominate for a second. Could you imagine? They want to dominate for a second. It's not like them are dominate and them going to stay here forever. It's for a second. And they don't have no qualms about it. And them just concentrate on how much money. Hey. I know it's the game, the name blaming. And all of them is involved in death. That's what they're involved in. Changing life as we don't know it. Or we was trying to experience it. But the bigger heads them feel so them know it. Sad. Africa, when I now cry out, listen.
From the tips of Africa, the drums will beat once more. No more suffering for the poor. From the hills of the Congos, where diamonds lay the floor. No more suffering for the poor. 500 years of oppression. The books of Babylon that spread separation. Yeah. Yes, we'll break the chains that has bound us for so long. We'll come together and be strong. From the depths of South Africa, like a hurricane, the wind of change will blow. And we'll take our rightful place once more. Yes, from the depths of Africa, like a hurricane, the wind.
See me, I keep telling you, see how much we love it. Eh? You think so we just attack it for what? We are going to keep talking it. Eh? We not benefit, just keep talking it. We love it because we love it just like that. You see?
Lord, Lord, oh, boy, stand ahoy. Don't worry, tap it done, hey, hey. Don't worry, tap it done, I said, don't worry, tap it done, digga ding ding down your hoy. The little man running to the corner for a loaf of bread, oh boy. 2 pound of rice and 2 pound of flour, couple slices of butter. How long will we remain this way? Hey, hey. When Friday come, the bill has to pay all the way. Hey, hey. Don't worry, tap it done, oh, hoy. Don't worry, tap it done, see. Don't worry, tap it done, too much blood already. Hey, hey, hey. Youth and youths can't sleep, there is no peace. Oh, boy. The big man goes to suffering every day. Oh, boy. And he pays in check and no disrespect. Oh, boy. Some people love to live in a lot of peace. Oh, boy. While downtown is under no distress and heat. Ding, 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 boy. Don't worry, tap it done, oh, boy. Don't worry, tap it done, see. Don't worry, tap it done, because too much blood already.
And that's all them ever do. Fight. Create wars everywhere. See? Everywhere. Not peace, not love, not harmony. Just war. You understand? And now we see them just expose themselves. Unfortunately, we can't do nothing about it. We trap.
Alright, Melchizedek Ada. Yo, a typical attack, the dirty boy on the street. Be careful of the food that you eat. Ain't smiling, I'm a face full of wrinkle. This a new one, your name, clean up your temple. Listen what we sing, and don't take it simple. Dirty food that you eat with the file, you alright. Ain't smiling, I'm a face full of wrinkle. This a new one, your name, clean up your temple. Listen what we sing, and don't take it simple. Dirty food that you eat with the file, you alright. Remember in the days of Noah, people live long without white rice and flour. Now them a eat it every minute, every hour. Once in nowadays, man, learn the power. Man, you feet are planting and the shield. That's all when you hold on them press Maxine. Me I eat righteous food from me at 13. Woman have to ask me if me work with machine, alright. Ain't smiling, I'm a face full of wrinkle. This a new one and name, clean up your temple. Listen what we sing, and don't take it simple. Dirty food that you eat with the file, you alright. Ain't smiling, I'm a face full of wrinkle. This a new one and name, clean up your temple. Listen what we sing, and don't take it simple. Dirty food that you eat with the file, you alright. Me know you love your salt mackerel. Mackerel say them pee like fat girl Cheryl. It make enough man love chase and quarrel, alright. Me know you love your big tough turkey. All people bed when enough people love jerky. Make you at 10 look like them at 30. Your biggest mentality you get from the pig. You bully everyone and you text it that you're big, alright. Ain't smiling, I'm a face full of wrinkle. This a new one and name, clean up your temple. Listen what we sing, and don't take it simple. Dirty food that I eat to the file, you are.
You understand me? Yeah, man. Every time. Simple.
Whoa, yeah. Righteousness is all I've got to give. See them a come there, them a come there, wanting more and more each day. See them a come there, them a come there, but to judge I'll pray. Righteousness is all I've got to give.
One more and we gone. I tell you, guidance.
I ain't got no money. When you see me walking down the road,
pitch in the darkness.
My heart beats a heavy load. If you see me praying, don't disturb me, 'cause Jaja alone provides for me.
Sin, you got the message.
See them a come there, them a come there, wanting more and more every day. See them a come there, them a come there, but to Jaja I'll pray. The heart is willing, but the ends can't meet. I'd love to have you, my brother. I see your need.
I beg you, listen me. Conscious, we conscious about here. May I tell you. Hey, we not buy it a yard, you know. We not buy it, go a shop and look it. No. Our grandparents with bloodstream give us it. You see? Ah, you got that part there. Guidance.
Use them willing without crying. We heard voices crying out in the valley asking for help, and with it only hope.
Guidance,
so
guidance.
Sending a message. Heard voices crying out in the valley asking for help, and with it only hope. So we're here sending a message.
How many times do we have to see our brothers died in the street from a bullet by another brother trying to find food to eat? Just to survive, we've gotta be enemies. That is how we get defeat. So that's why we're delivering this message to every leader in the world.
We heard voices crying out in
Guidance.
the valley asking
We're bright,
for
man,
help,
we're bright.
and with it only hope.
Give us a
So
certificate.
we're here sending a message. Heard voices crying out
And sign
in
it
the
legal.
valley asking for help, and with it only hope. So we're here sending a message.
How many times should we hear the voice of mothers crying and weep because they can't assist the needs of their own youths in the community? Are people crying, ask for help, still you don't care about their needs? I hope to see a change someday. This is to every leader in the world.
We heard voices crying out in the valley asking for help, and with it only hope. So we're here sending a message. Heard voices crying out in the valley asking for help, and with it only hope. So we're here sending a message. They're wailing, they're wailing, they're wailing, they're wailing, they're wailing, they're wailing. The people are wailing.
You see these people them have to work with them conscience and they behave like them don't have. And that's why I ask what happened to the pontiff. You see? Because since he's their leader, the head cornerstone, I'm supposed to touch them behavior and show them rightness from wrongness and the proper moral behavior, moral standard of Christ as human beings on this earth And any which place him find them. Never mind the persuasion. Because if it's Christ him a deal with, as in Isa alayhi salam, in want goodness for every life, for all life. And his teaching will be righteousness. And if him put him foot down, both of them, it be for wrongdoings. And all of his actions should be viewed by all in attention, which is peoples on this earth. If it is Christ, Isa alayhi salam, himself represent. So what is the principles that we see being set? What is the moral standard? It's all about money. It's not about caring about people. And it's an exposure. Because all those who join forces to mash up the Middle East, standing shoulder to shoulder, and all of this rhetoric that them run, is it a drama them are playing now? Because if they're really involved in life and standing shoulder to shoulder, what is happening that we think is happening wouldn't have been conceived and wouldn't have gone to the levels that they must say it is at. Remember, supremacy, first world, the G7, everything that shows that them have a great monopoly of power. But that power is only to destroy people and pressurize people, frighten people, dictate to people, take what they want from other people's land. And now is the time to show, like Moses, like Noah, that you're just and sincere and caring with moral standards for life. You all are found wanting. You're found wanting. You spend the whole day talking about economical loss. And you're dealing with numbers and numbers instead of trying to show people them say, watch out. We have to combat this thing here right now. Whatever it is. But it's a change that you all envisage. And you're holding the whole world hostage. You don't care about how much people pass, how much people dead. You hold the world hostage. And the strangest thing is yourselves too. So there's something unknown more than you tell the world. There's something y'all are dealing with that you're not speaking truth to the world. But you see, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala control this. It's God Almighty control this planet here. And it's going to vomit. You're not going to be successful. You're going to kill many of us. But you're not going to be successful. Creating all kind of bad things. Which revelation when I work with? I don't hear the preacher them attracted, you know. Preacher them frightened too, like naturally. I don't hear no premonitions naturally closed down. Because the whole world is frightened. Whole humanity, except those so-called bigger heads. So how does it feel? Unconscious people. How does it feel that you suppress your conscience? I told you all, that man they look like, the behavior of that man is like Nero, you know. And if you know Roman history, just to be recognized, the man burned down a city. Him ask his armed force to torch it, light it, burn it down. Because he wanted recognition. He wanted to be seen as a god on earth. Egomaniac. Read. Now you're at home, you can read some Roman history. Emperor Nero. And we have the resemblance of that on this earth right now. We had it long time. Conscience. Her Majesty nah say a word. She nah write nothing. She nah sign no paper. And say stop this. As far as she concerned, the New World Order will be there for her grandchildren. I tell you, it's a sad situation, sad state of affairs. How people them can behave this way, and they don't have a care. You understand? We don't want to frighten nobody. You understand? Because them are frightened we already. So Babylon, rest.
Them songs, them capture, they wage war against the people. So last now.
I tell you, say we went to school. I tell you, say we don't play about. You better listen us good, you know. Tell your friend them too, you know. Listen us good, because we don't play. You understand? And our worst day to write it, when you listen, you still get a message. And the worst days when I'm tired. You understand? Our principle not do nothing. You see? Yeah. You understand? And even then when me listen back, me say, that did happen? Come like me there in a trance. Listen, man. Guidance, we gone.
Them songs, them capture.
At the beginning, me give you what? Me give some Bob Andy. Me know that. You see? Yes, Mr. Anderson. You understand? Yeah, we did that. We did that very well. You understand? And God willing, we'll come back with Israel Vibration and some Bob Andy again. But you see, Glenn Washington, we must do not a tribute. We must give him a Grammy Award, you know. That man, they sing enough. Oh, gosh, man. Enough. Hey, boy. Electrifying.
Wage war against the people. So last now. No end. No end. To where I want. No end. No end. No end. No end. To where I want. No, no, no. No end. No end. No end. To where I want in our life today. No end. No end. No end to suffering. No end. I be a war into Babylon kingdom. 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 But as the prophet them said, it was from Cain and Abel time. This jealousy has begun. And they pass it on to every generation. Yes, they pass it on to every generation. Yes, they pass it on to every generation. Yes, they pass it on to every generation. No way, no way, to where I want. No way, no way, no way, to jealousy. No way, no way, no way, to backbiting. No way, no way, no
The back music, the hits, just keep
into Babylon kingdom. We war into Babylon kingdom. Be a war into Babylon kingdom. Be a war into Babylon kingdom.
I heard the preacher man preaching, this world is coming to an end.
But if it happen, I know that you're gonna do it. If it happen, I know that you're gonna do it. All the wicked with their nuclear arms.
So we all have a story to tell, but the longest liver they will tell the most.
See, I love you for sleep proper. You see how we stay? I like myself, you know, me. I tell you, I'm a family.
Ooh, yeah, still going through. So tattered and torn, rejected and worn. I've been used and abused and so wrongly accused, but I'm still going through. And some people backbiting me, always are fighting me. Still I go through. But I know one day you will realize it's the mercies of God that has kept us alive. We will sing a new song for justice.
Sing. Hey, give me a big round of applause. Guidance, we're gone. Best behave yourself.